Good morning. I'm Lacey Shippey on the Rural Radio Network, and it's time to take a look at our midday livestock trade with livestock market analyst Kyle Bumsted. And Kyle, we're seeing a higher day in cattle as we round out the week, and still pretty slow, though. Tell me what you anticipate for the market today.
That's right, Lacey. It is pretty slow here today. It is Friday, and coming into right in the middle of the holiday, right in the middle of the week there, that's kind of to be expected. Now, we're going to see that feeder cattle index down $4.69 here to 349.32 here in the Merc updates it later. Daily average is 0 on 0 head. There's no cattle going in the index, no sales here yesterday. There's 7,721 total head in the index, and we're going to lose another 6,200 today, and that's expected here. This index has gone down purely off of no volume. So don't get scared just yet as far as the index goes. But we're seeing feeders up $1.70 to $2 across the board here. The front end, though, is a little bit weaker. I think they're just kind of watching that index. On the live cattle side of things here, we did see a 230 trade here in western Nebraska on Wednesday. And that's getting reported here today, obviously. But, the reports are coming in slow here. There's not a lot of cattle been traded here this week, obviously, because they're a shortened week this week and a shortened week next week. Now, I do think that once we get through the holidays, the Packers are going to be trying to get that margin back as far as the boxes go. So after a couple short and kill weeks here, we're probably going to see this box market bounce here just a little bit. But I'm a little bit hesitant. I don't know if they're going to be as reluctant to let go of that margin here as they have in the past. Live cattle, we're seeing December up $1 here. They go up here middle of next week. And a lot of folks are asking me about the hog complex here. These front month hogs are down to 40, 50 cents here, and the summer month hogs are steady to higher on the day. So a lot of movement there after that hog and pig report there, which was construed as somewhat bearish. But, they're really not getting sold off as hard as some people thought they were. So just kind of an interesting, slow way to wrap up the holiday week, Lacey.
Well, thank you, Kyle. That is livestock market analyst Kyle Bumsted with a look at our midday livestock trade here on the Rural Radio Network.
Farmers and ranchers, your operation is more than a business. It's your legacy. At Rimbold Ludke, we understand the unique challenges you face in agriculture. From land leases and water rights to succession planning and ag financing, our experienced team is here to guide you through every step. With the new year approaching, now is the time to protect what matters most. Call us today or visit RimboldLawFirm.com to learn more. Rimbold Ludke, Nebraska's law firm.
Introducing the Rural Radio Podcast Hub. In a world flooded with podcasts, this one stands out by focusing on what truly matters, rural America. Stay informed with the latest market updates and insightful commentary on Final Bell. Keep up with rodeo and Western lifestyle through Breaking the Barrier and the Nebraska Rodeo Update. And sharpen your marketing skills with Grain IQ. RuralRadioNetwork.com. The Rural Radio Podcast Hub, the one place to hear it all.
Welcome back to the Rural Radio Network with a look at your markets. Grain futures are mixed to lower here today. Trade volume is very thin as we come off Christmas right into the weekend. There's not much news today to steer the markets very strongly in one direction or another, but a little bit of profit taking is creeping into the grain markets after Wednesday's rally. With an extended government holiday, we don't have any new reports, and there haven't been any export sales today either. Traders will likely keep their eyes on the Russia-Ukraine conflict and also South American weather, though the time is getting short for anything short of a disaster to affect the crops as they finish out there. March corn is down 1.5 at 449.5. May down 1.25 at 457 3/4. July down 0.5 at 464. January soybeans are down 4.5 at 1058 3/4. March down 4 at 1072.5. May down 3.5 at 1084. March Chicago wheat is down 3 3/4 at 518. May down 2 3/4 at 529.5. Kansas City March wheat down 1.5 at 532.5. May down 0.5 at 545.5. January soybean meal is down 80 cents at 305.50. January bean oil down 33 at 48.70. February live cattle are up $1.02 at 229.57. April up 115 at 229.87. And June up 112 at 224.32. January feeders up 157 at 346.30. March up 177 at 340.57. April up 192 at 339.42. February lean hogs are down 60 cents at 84.45. April down 37 at 89.42. And class 3 milk for January is down 2 pennies at 15.26. That's a look at your markets. You're listening to the Rural Radio Network.